Quite often, a lot of people think about autumn as being the end of the gardening season, but you know what? Traditionally, it was actually the start of the gardening season, and it's not surprising because there's so many things you can do this time of year, especially on the fine days like we've got today. You could, for instance, think about planting up containers and hanging baskets with winter bedding. I've got some fabulous purple pansies here that I'm just putting into a pot just to give a little bit of colour. And I could, if I wanted to, put some bulbs further down in that pot as well. And this, again, is a brilliant time of year for planting bulbs, be it tulips, daffodils, crocuses, hyacinths, aconites, whatever bulbs you want to plant. You can plant those bulbs now. And I always say when you plant a bulb, you plant a promise, because inside every bulb, there's already a little flower just waiting to develop and flower next spring. For me, I'm going to put a gorgeous big patch of these yellow daffodils in the garden. In fact, not just one, many patches. So I get that gorgeous, lovely bright colour in early spring, especially after our long, dark, drab winters we tend to have in the UK. If you're thinking about food, if you think about growing your own, you might want to plant some winter vegetables. We've got some leeks here, for example, and some purple sprouting broccoli. I bought these plants in little plugs already grown on. You can see they've got a fantastic root system. Soil is nice and warm this time of year, so you know as soon as you get those plants in the ground, they're going to become established and they're going to grow away very quickly. But of course, there's many other jobs you can do this time of year. As autumn moves on and perennials die down, as the annuals die completely, you can remove them, you can cut the perennials down, tidy them up, and you can just generally start working on the garden and get it all prepared and ready for next spring, adding well-rotted manure or compost between the plants as well. And obviously when the leaves come down, you can clear those. Use your handy blow vac to actually turn them into a mulch, make them into compost or leaf mold. You're going to find the handy trolley really helpful in the garden. A little later in the season, we might have some gales and strong winds, might bring down some branches or small trees. You're going to want to chop them up into logs and transport them. You can put them into the trolley very easily. You might want to be taking some of your larger plants in pots and putting them in the greenhouse for the winter to protect them. You might be thinking about transplanting certain plants and you want compost and stuff to put around them. Whatever you need your handy trolley for in the garden, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Bearing in mind, it will take up to 200 kilograms in weight. There's a full steel construction on this as well, so you know it's really tough, very strong, and it's got this incredible maneuverability with this turntable handle as well, which means you can get it around the garden very easily. We've got puncture-proof tyres on here as well, and also if you want to, you can drop down the sides, in fact all four sides, to get larger items on here. So this autumn, in fact any time of the year, don't struggle transporting things around the garden. Use your handy trolley, use the easy maneuverability, take advantage of that 200 kilogram maximum load, and just make moving things all around the garden so easy and straightforward. Handy have a fantastic range of spreaders for all sorts of different situations, from ones for commercial areas down to domestic ones you can use in your garden. And spreaders are amazing machines because you can use them for spreading fertilizer, for example, on your lawn, be it in the autumn or the spring. In winter time, late autumn, when we get the ice, when we get the frost, when we get the snow, great for distributing that salt as well, so you can get rid of those slippery surfaces. Don't fuss about doing things by hand or shoveling that snow away. Invest in a handy spreader and make life easy all the way through the year. So if, like me, you're not a big fan of autumn, don't think autumn as a closing down time of year. Think autumn as a start of a brand new season.